Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Jasper High School basketball coverage here on 18 WJTS Sports. Carey Schneider along with Jason Stamm, and tonight the Wildcats are back home at the JHS Gymnasium. They'll host the New Albany Bulldogs. Wildcats coming into today's contest at 4-10. Winners of 3 of the last 4 contests, as the New Albany Bulldogs are 11-2. Jason, last night the Cats with a big victory up at Northeast DuBois over another county rival. The ball game, well, just quickly we'll talk about the fact it was just a tale of two halves.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We talked about that last night a little bit. We played a lot better in the second half. It's too bad we couldn't have played like that the whole game, but that it gives us some momentum to build off of from the second half into tonight's game, and hopefully we can continue that.
Well, we move on to New Albany here on Saturday evening. The New Albany Bulldogs are the New Albany Bulldogs. As I said, 10-2. Their only losses are to the likes of Lawrence North and Silver Creek, 2 of finer ball clubs in southern and central Indiana. And it's a totally different caliber of a ball club compared tonight against the Bulldogs.
It is, but I looked at their record, and they beat Evansville North last night by 4 points. They beat Wrights by 5 points. They did blow Harrison out, but the teams that we've got in common with them, they beat them, but they've been close games. So, North went up there to New Albany last night and stayed within 6 points of them. So, New Albany's a typical New Albany team. You don't know what you're going to get. One night they might show up and be ready to play, and the next night not.
All right. Well, Bulldogs and Wildcats are on the floor. T.J. Washington, Jordan Trent, Rylan Shrink, Chris Lampkin, and Noah Washington, a 6'4 freshman, who will be one to watch this evening for the Bulldogs. Well, the Cats with their normal starting lineup of Dave, Butel, Foy, Giesler, and Maines. Jalen Manners, I said Jalen Manners on the floor for the Wildcats. Bulldogs control the tip. T.J. Washington out with a 3-point shot is no good by number 22, Chris Lampkin. And the Wildcats will have the basketball for the first time this evening. Day with it down low. Deals it out to Butel. Lost the handle. Guarded by Noah Washington. Here's Mainers with a 3 for the top of the key, and he hits it. So the Wildcats draw first blood via Jalen Mainers' 3-point basket. 3-0 Jasper with a minute into the contest. Here's a 3-pointer up and in, and returning the favor is T.J. Washington for New Albany. We're tied at 3 apiece. So Giesler with the basketball. He'll bring it up the floor, across the timeline. Butel double team. Giesler into the corner. 3 on the way is good by Logan Day, and it's 6-3 Wildcats. So back-to-back 3-point baskets by Mainers and Day. Give the Cats a 6-3 lead, and here we go with a 3-point shot by the Bulldogs. By T.J. Washington, it's not good. Down the floor is Butel, deals it over to Giesler. Giesler double pump, puts it up, no good. Rebound, New Albany. Washington, Noah with a shot, no good. Wildcats with the basketball and the rebound.
New Albany's got a lot of quickness, so we're going to have to make sure we take care of the basketball.
And another 3-point basket by Jace Foy gives the Cats a 9-3 lead. So back-to-back-to-back threes by Mainers, Day, then Foy. Again, 9-3 Jasper on top by 6.
When we're hitting those, we look good. It's when we get in that spell where we don't hit them.
And another 3-point shot by T.J. Washington comes up short. Cats with the basketball, they lead by 6. Giesler down low. Works. Finds Mainers. Mainers guarded by Washington. And the shot is no good. T.J. Washington out to Treat. Treat inside the circle, down low to Lampkin. His shot is up and in. So Chris Lampkin with the basket. 9-5. Bulldogs trail the Wildcats by 4.
They got him listed at 6'4". He looks bigger than 6'4" to me, but
Lampkins.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's a three-point shot. This time it's short by Jace Foy. Bulldogs with the basketball. They trail by 4. TJ Washington, three-point basket is good. Washington with his second three-point basket of the night. He's got 6. It's 9-8, Jasper.
We're going to have to get out on him. State the obvious there, but,
you can see it right there before your eyes.
Yeah.
Here's Butel with the basketball. Deals it out to Foy. Whistle. And a foul is going to be called on Lampkins for holding on to Mainers.
Yeah, he did a good job as the ball was reversed. He sealed him off, and I don't know who passed the ball in there to him, but they could see that he was open and made a nice pass to him.
Senior Caden Ernie checks into the lineup for the Wildcats to replace Max Butel. Down low, ball taken away. Here comes the Bulldogs. And losing the basketball is Chris Lampkin. Bounced it off his foot or his ankle or whatever. And
yeah, I think somebody might have tipped it away and then he kicked it.
Either way, it's going to be Jasper basketball. We got a substitution for the Bulldogs. Turn around there, brother. Okay, that would be number 5, James Knox. Knox checks in for New Albany. Bulldogs coached by Jason Jones, 28-10 in his second year in the Floyd County School. Jasper with the basketball. They lead by 1. Here is Ernie on the wing. Over to Giesler. Giesler almost lost the handle. Comes up with it. He'll kick it back out to the top of the key. Day. Up and in. Logan Day's got 5. 11-8. Jasper by 3. Top of the key to Washington now. He'll turn and fire and miss the shot. No good. Giesler comes up with a board. Ernie will bring it up the floor. Down low to Mainers. Jalen turns around and hits. Mainers having a great start tonight. Wildcats with 13 first quarter points. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first stanza. The foul will be called on Braden Giesler. That'll be his first. Team's first. 5-point lead for the Cats. New Albany with the basketball. TJ Washington with it. Kicks it out to Knox. Knox fires a 3. No good. All by himself is Jalen Mainers with the board. Mainers over to Foy. Ball is knocked out of bounds, or it looks like we have a foul called.
Yep. Number 5, I think.
And that will go against James Knox, his first. Back in the lineup is Chris Lampkin to replace TJ Washington. Washington sits down with 6 of New Albany's 8 points on a pair of 3-pointers. A little trouble getting the ball in, but the Cats come up with it. Day with it. Inside the circle. Ernie drives. Deals it off to Giesler. Shot will fall. Bounced around a couple of times and then went through for Braden Giesler's first basket of the night. He's got 2. 15-8. Cats up by 7. Here is down low and a slam dunk by Chris Lampkins. So Lampkins with his second bucket. Bulldogs within 5. 15-10 score. Here's another steal. Look out. Here we go. And he stares down the Jasper students after he sends that one down. Lampkins with his second straight slam dunk basket. He's got 3 buckets in this quarter for 6 points, and now it's a 15-12 ball game.
Yeah, we got to take care of the ball. I mean, that just goes to show you how quick.
Just like that, almost. Down low to Mainers. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound comes to the hands of Ryland Shank, excuse me.
They don't run much offense.
No.
It's basically the first guy that gets
every man for himself, it looks like.
It looks like that's about the way it is.
Very little organization, it looks like, out there, but they are.
Something's working for them. They're 11-2.
Exactly. So. You just read my mind. And New Albany will have the basketball as number 25 for the Wildcats, Reese Fisher, comes into the contest.
Jack Levin did too.
As well as Jack Levin. Bulldogs with the basketball. Treat over to Knox at the whistle, and they call him for steps. New face in the ball game for New Albany is number 15, Braden Brewer.
I didn't see that travel, but
I didn't either. I was actually looking.
I don't know how he could have traveled. He didn't go anywhere. usually when you travel, you're moving forward or something, but we'll take it.
I'll take it, yeah. Jasper with the basketball. They lead by 3, 15-12, 30 seconds to go in a quarter. Levin. Over to Foy. Jason the circle. Turns. Shot fired. No good. Rebound New Albany. 18 seconds to go. They'll bring it up the floor. And Gieser with the near steal. He knocks it out of bounds. It belonged to the Bulldogs. Jump right in front of Ryland Shank. Shrink, I should say. Excuse me. Ryland Shrink.
Albany subs a lot. I was kind of surprised by that.
Keep track of who's in the ball game for them. 7 seconds. Here's a 3 on the way. It's no good. Rebound Wildcats, and that's the end of the first quarter of play with a score Jasper 15, New Albany 12. 1 quarter in the books. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at DuBois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Big or small, we service all. DuBois County Tire.
Back at the Jasper High School Gymnasium for the second quarter of action. Carey Schneider, Jason Stamm, and the legendary Jeremy Marcos running the camera on mid-court here at JHS Gym. Kai Kuntz in the ball game now to start the second quarter. And the basket is up and in. That was Day?
I believe Day.
Yeah, Day hit that basket. 17-12, Cats by 5. Bulldogs on the attack. Shot way off the mark by Ryland Shrink. The out of bounds will belong to the Wildcats. TJ Washington and Noah Washington both check into the lineup for the Bulldogs. 17-12 is the score. Jasper with the basketball. They lead by 5. Mainers over to Levin. Jack 1 dribble. Day. Butel now. Down low to Jalen. 1 dribble. Kicks it out to Butel. He'll pump a 3 and hit it. Max Butel. His first 3-point basket. 1, 2, 3, 4 3-pointers for the Cats here in the first half. And that, I didn't see who shot that.
Brewer.
Brewer, okay. I was looking down the sheet, so Braden Brewer nails the 3-point basket. 20-15. Wildcats on a 5-point lead by 5.
Oh.
Ball knocked away, scramble for it. Are they just going to call a jump?
I think so. I mean,
And if it is, it'll belong to New Albany, and it does.
That's about all you could
Yeah,
call it.
I know, exactly. Giesler and Jace Foy are back in the lineup for the Wildcats as Kuntz and Levin will sit down. So the original starting lineup for the Cats back on the floor with Dave Utel, Foy, Giesler, and Mainers.
I don't know what took so long there, but
Brewer will bring it up. Fields it to the left-hand side to Treat. Here's a three on the other side. No good. Rebound basket, no good. Giesler comes up with it. He'll roar it up the floor with Washington to his side. Puts a shot up, no good. And Washington comes up with the board. He'll clear it out to Treat. Treat on the feed to Washington to Noah Washington, who picks up his first points of the night. 20-17 is the score. Jasper by 3. Here's a three-point shot, no good by Foy. And coming with the board is TJ Washington. He'll bring it up the floor. He'll deal it over to Treat. Back to the TJ. Down low to Noah, and they're going to call. They're going to say it's going to be New Albany basketball.
yeah, Day knocked it out of his hand.
Bulldogs with it. Noah Washington. Oh, TJ, top of the key. TJ drives, pulls up, deals it out to Brewer. Scoop shot up, and they're going to stay on the floor.
Yeah, they're going to say no basket on the
So
floor.
no basket, but a foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. Logan Day's first foul, only the second foul for the Cats in the ball game. For New Albany also only has 2 to their credit. TJ Washington for 3, short. Mainers pulls down the board.
We're kind of daring him to shoot Washington.
I tell you what, Mainers' last 2 boards, nobody around him. So Bulldogs, they're offensively not crashing the boards by no means.
They don't. They don't hardly ever have anybody in the paint.
Here's a three-point shot, is good by Logan Day. His second three-pointer. He's got 10 on the night. 10 of the Cats, 23 points, 23-17. Wildcats with the lead. Washington drives, puts it up, no good. Mainers with the board, and he gets tackled from behind by Washington, but no call. Here's Butel. Foy. Out to Max. Oop, and a steal. And here we go. Say goodnight, Gracie. As Chris Lampkins with another slam dunk basket. He's got 8.
Yeah, but you know what? He only gets 2 points for those.
Absolutely, yeah.
The style.
Last I saw, he'd only get 2 points for that.
Style and show doesn't. But it's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
It is for high school kids to do
Oh,
that.
I put him down there by no means.
No, I ain't either. It's just funny. Well, the thing that's bad is there's a
Foul down low on New Albany.
But the thing that's aggravating is the turnovers.
The turnover
that leading to those.
that allowed them the opportunity to do so.
2 out of the 3 dunks he's had have been off of turnovers on the offensive end for us.
That foul is going to be called on Washington Lampkin, I mean. Excuse me, number 22. And in the Wildcat lineup is Ernie. And there's a steal. And a layup up and in by Jordan Treat for his second points. First bucket. 2 points to the ball game. And the Bulldogs are within 2. Giesler drives, puts it up, no good, but a foul is going to be called. And that foul goes against 33, I believe, Noah Washington. Noah's first.
So, they're going to give him free throws out of this?
I suppose. Well, he was driving to the hole when he got fouled.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't shooting.
Well, I thought he was. I thought he was laying it up.
I think they called the foul out about the
Hey, we'll take it. I'm not going to argue with,
I'm not either. But that's why the New Albany fans were kind of throwing a
hissing a little, hissing a little bit. And
Yeah.
first free throw, by the way, by Braden is through the nets, or the first free throw by either team tonight. Braden misses the second one. Bulldogs with the basketball out of bounds and belong to the Wildcats as Shrink lost the handle of it down low. 24-21 is the score. 3:37 to go in the second quarter. Jasper with the lead.
It's not a real cleanly played game by either team. I've got us for 7 turnovers and them for 4.
Getting an offensive foul?
I don't know. That can't be an offense.
How in the world can that...
I could have went for traveling, maybe.
Yeah, but what's the sad part is it's a foul goes against them. You're right, it could just as well have been a travel.
Yeah. That's 2
geese. The defender was moving back.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear an explanation on that. My goodness.
That was a strange call. There's no doubt.
3:13 to go, and here is another slam jam by Noah Washington. His second bucket, 4 points, and the Cats now lead by 1, 24-23. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Washington is the one. Noah Washington is the young man that has all the fans in New Albany excited. He's a freshman.
6'4".
Yeah.
About as athletic as you could see.
Yeah.
Shot no good. Bulldogs with the basketball. They have a chance to take a lead. Here's a 3-point shot. Is good. By number 3, Jordan Treat. Treat's second bucket, 5 points. All here in the second quarter. He gives the Bulldogs, I believe, their first lead of the night at 26-24 with 2:36 to go. It is a full timeout, and we'll take a break ourselves here on 18 WJTS.
Jubilar Toyota in Jasper is proud to be the title sponsor for the Jammin' in Jasper basketball tournament this month. Teams from all over the Midwest will come to compete. This month, get a jammin' deal on your next vehicle at Jubilar's with tax time savings. We have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock for every budget and flexible financing options from top lenders. As always, no hidden fees. Jubilar Toyota in Jasper, where customers and their friends for jammin' deals since 1929.
Back once again at the Jasper High School Gymnasium, where the New Albany Bulldogs on a little bit of a run now, Jason, and have taken a 2-point lead, 26-24.
Yeah, we got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. We've got 5 turnovers in this quarter alone, and that's what's allowed New Albany to get back into the game. There's another one.
And with it is Schrank, and he'll lay it up and in. So the Bulldogs continue their run. They now lead by 4, 28-24.
A lot of these are unforced. We're just not taking care of the basketball.
They've scored 16 points here in the second quarter as Shrink again takes it to the hole after the steal.
Somebody got down there on the end.
Looks like,
Washington. It looked like he got hit in the nose or the face or something.
Yeah, he's shooken up a little bit, and I'm not sure if he's going to sit down or not. He will. As it looks like number 5, Knox, James Knox, will come back into the lineup. And officials are,
I don't know what they're doing now,
pulling both teams to the respective benches. I don't know, maybe because it looks when they're mopping up a section of the floor over there in front of New Albany's bench. Maybe they'll some blood, maybe perhaps.
Maybe, I don't know. I couldn't see any, but that's not to say that there's not. They've got the spray out there, so I think maybe it is.
Going to obviously inspect the floor and see. Now they're going to pull him off the floor and say, never mind.
Washington is down at the end of the bench holding a towel. Looks like on his nose, maybe.
So maybe took a shot at the.
Yeah, he might have got an
hooter
elbow or something in the nose.
Yep. So with 2:02 to go in the second quarter, New Albany on a little tear here right now. And has resulted in a 4-point lead for the Bulldogs as Jordan Treat will go to the line. First one is no good. Treats, as we said, got 5 points. Bulldogs have outscored the Cats 16-9 here in the second quarter. Make it 17-9 now as Treat nails the second of 2. He's got 6 points. 24-29, the Bulldogs have now built a 5-point lead on the Wildcats.
That's what we got to use right there.
Mainers can't get that shot to fall. They worked it into him.
It's all right. I still like the
idea,
ball
yeah.
inside. And, yeah.
Knox deals it out to Brewer. 1:35 to go in the half. Here's a 3-point shot by Treat. No good. And coming down with the board is Caden Ernie. Caden brings it up with Knox on him. He'll hand it off to Day.
Knox going to pick up that foul.
And that'll be his second. Butel and Giesler come back into the game for the Cats. And Levin and Ernie will sit down. 29-24 is the score. 1:15 to go in the half. Cats with the basketball. Max deals it out to Braden, top of the key, over to Jalen.
We need to get Giesler inside and take advantage of a mismatch.
Right now he's camped out on top of the key.
Yeah. Get in there. He's got to, look, yeah. He's pointing to get the ball to the wing so they can get it to him.
Here's a shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called on the Bulldogs as Butel drove it to the basket, but came up short. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul looks like it's going to be on Treat. Jordan Treat picks up his first. Max Butel with 3 points. We'll have 2 free throws coming. First one is good. Jasper 2 of 3 from the line here in the quarter. Second free throw by Butel is good. Max has 5. 29-26. So the Cats have answered with 2 here with 45 seconds to go in the half. Albany with the basketball. Knox with it over to TJ Washington. Washington in the backcourt. He'll look, hold high. Back to Knox. Knox drives. Ball is swatted away out of bounds, and there will be a foul called on the Wildcats.
He traveled, though, when he started. Took about 2 steps.
Jalen Mainers will be called for the foul. Jalen's first foul of the night. James Knox will go to the line with a pair of free throws coming. He has yet to score in this ball game. He hits that one. As Jordan Treat comes back in the lineup for the Bulldogs. Next shot is good. And Knox has 2. 31-26, 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Jasper with the basketball. Butel will bring it up. Max circles it right. Day to Levin. Mainers down low. Might have got away with the forearm, but the ball stripped away from him 2 seconds ago. And they...
I can't mark the turnovers fast enough.
I'm not going to... What was that? Did he just lose the ball out of bounds?
He was trying to dribble too fast and get up the floor and just dribbled it right out of bounds.
1.3 seconds to go in the half. Jasper with the crack with it. Butel fires it. Good! About 3/4 of the length. You and I, we saw that dead on line. It was only a matter if it was long enough or too hard that it went in. As Max Butel nails a bomb right at the buzzer. to end the first half of play with the Wildcats now trailing 31-29. So what kind of has been a boring ball game, whatever finishes, or at least the first half that is, kind of finishes with a bang.
Yeah, it did. To me, the tale of the first half is the turnovers. I got 8 turnovers for us in that quarter alone. And that went from allowing us to have a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter to being down 2 here at halftime. And to be honest, we're lucky to only be down 2 at halftime, not only because of Max's shot, but, there was some other things too that, New Albany kind of helped us out with. They had 3 turnovers themselves, but, we don't seem to be playing with a lot of fire and energy again, for whatever reason that is. The thing that's hard to understand is high school kids. You saw last night, they should have saw what happened when they played hard in the second half of the Du Bois game. So why wouldn't you want to try to continue that energy into the whole game tonight? We didn't play, but we haven't played bad the first half. Don't get me wrong. But obviously there's a lot of unforced turnovers out of the 11 that we have. I'm going to say half of them or more are just lazy, careless passes that go out of bounds or go right to the defensive guy, and it leads to easy points for them. So I think that's something that we've got to improve on here at halftime, coming back in the second half.
Well, the Bulldogs have let's talk about this. Put it this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 7 different players who've scored in this ball game so far, and led this evening at halftime by Chris Lampkin. With 8 points, 6 points apiece for T.J. Washington and Jordan Treat. Let's see, we got 4 points for Noah Washington, 3 for Braden Burr, and 2 for James Knox. Wildcats are led in scoring at halftime by Logan Days, 10 points, 8 points by Max Butel, of course leading, including that 3-pointer, long bomb at the halftime break. 3 points for Braden Giesler, 3 points for Jace Foy, and 5 points for Jalen Mainers here at the halftime break. 31-29 is our score. New Albany leads by 2. We'll be back with the second half after this on 18 WJTS.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a Good Time Gold Saturday morning. Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
Back at the Jasper High School Gymnasium, Carey Schneider, Jason Stamm, and the legendary Jeremy Marcos. Sounds like with this, a little twist of the knobs here. Hopefully he's got our audio on track. At least we're hearing it better in our headsets, are we, Jay? So,
yeah, we are. Yeah.
Fantastic job again by Jeremy. We're about to bring you the second half of play, and Jason, Wildcats down by 2 here at halftime, but really, despite New Albany with their 19-14 run, Cats got to obviously feel good in the position that they're in at this point.
Oh, there's no doubt. Obviously the shot that Max hit there, helped immensely. And we get the ball here to start the second half, so maybe we can build on that little momentum that we got there.
T.J. Washington, Jordan Treat, Ryland Schrank, Lampkin, and Noah Washington, the original starting lineup for New Albany, along with Jasper's originals of Dave, Butel, Foy, Giesler, and Mainers.
I'd get it into Mainers and force Lampkin to play some defense here and maybe pick up a quick third foul.
Exactly, and there's Mainers with a shot up and in, and they're tied at 31 apiece.
That's exactly what we did, so I would like to see that here next couple trips down the floor.
So Mainers with the first bucket of the second half. Here's a 3 from the corner, way off the mark, overshot by T.J. Washington. And here is the Wildcats on the break. 3-point shot is no good by Logan Day.
See, that's not Logan's shot. Logan's a set shooter, and he likes to have his feet set, catch, and shoot. There he tried to shoot off the dribble.
Here's number 22, Lampkins with a 3-point basket, no good. Cats with the basketball. Mainers pumps a three. Off the mark. No good. Rebound by Jordan Treat. Quickly down the floor. Shot up and in by TJ Washington. He's got 8.
We got to get back on defense. There's no excuse for that. I mean, they shot a
wide open for a 3. And
see the difference? You know, there he caught it, had his feet set, and was ready to shoot. The other one, he tried to shoot off the dribble.
Logan Day with his 13th point with that 3-point basket. Jasper back on top, 34-33. Three from the corner, good by TJ Washington.
I don't know how he seems like he gets open. I don't know if we're not respecting his three-point shooting ability. You know, maybe that was in the scouting report. I don't know, but he seems to be left alone a lot.
He's got 3 trays today and 11 points on the day. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Albany 36, Jasper 34 here on 18 WJTS. Utel works it on Treat. Deals it over to Giesler. Gies.
Swing it and get it in there to him. There you go.
Down low Mainers puts it up. No good.
Oh.
And New Albany on the break. Feed up to Noah Washington. He'll just put it in for his 6-point. 38-34 Bulldogs. John Gable barking at the official down below the basket.
Yeah, I think he thought that Mainers got fouled on that shot that he took a while ago.
Mainers pushed the body in and muscles for that shot. No foul call there. So
yeah, I think he got by with one there too. So
John Gable got his point across.
I think we got even there on those 2 trips.
Mainers with his 9-point, 38-36 Bulldogs with the basketball, and they lead by 2. TJ Washington drives, puts a shot up, gets a body into Mainers, and Mainers will draw what we call for this, I believe, a second foul. It is.
If Mainers was in good position, but he jumped. If he'd have just stayed there and put his hands straight up, he could have got a charge.
Stayed on his feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, exactly. And so as a result, Jalen Mainers picks up his 2nd personal, and TJ Washington with 11 points will go to the line to shoot 2. Bulldogs are 3 for 4 from the line here today, all in the second quarter. Jasper is 3 for 4 as well, incidentally. So Washington eventually will shoot 2. First one on the way is no good. He'll have another one coming. He's done the talk. See what this is about. Officials are having a quick chat. Are they double checking the score perhaps? 31, 30, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I have 38 points for Jasper, and that's what the board says.
It had 39, but they corrected it, made it 38 now. So,
okay, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Yeah. All right. So 38-36 is a score. Jasper leads by, or trails by 2. Washington will have a second chance, second free throw coming here, and he misses them both, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. It belongs to the Wildcats. And Braden Brewer will come into the ball game for New Albany. Give TJ Washington a rest. He sits down with 11 points. Utel finally brings it across the timeline, deals it out to Foy. Giesler, back to Jace. Jace looks down low, the ball is knocked away by Brewer, and he'll deal it up the floor to Treat. Treat will have the basketball. New Albany with it, leading by 2. Here's Brewer for 3, no good. Rebound, shot up and in on a dunk again, this time by number 22, Chris Lampkins. Lampkins has his 10th point, his first here in the second half. 40-36, Bulldogs by 4. Giesler is going to be fouled by Brewer. Nice drive by Gies. Braden Brewer will pick up, I believe, his first. It will be. Both teams with one foul here in the third. 4 minutes to go. Logan Day with the basketball. Out to Foy. Over to Giesler. Butel with the drive. Reverse layup up and in. Max Butel has 10. 40-38. Jasper within 2. Brewer will pump a 3, and he'll hit. Braden Brewer with his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 6. Bulldogs back up by 5, 43-38. Ball's knocked away, and it will be New Albany basketball. And checking into the lineup for the Bulldogs is TJ Washington, as is Caden Ernie for the Wildcats. 43-38 is our score with 3:14 to play in the third. Schrank out with it. Looks like almost got pushed off there.
Yeah.
But he still has it. 3 on the way is short. No good. Cats with it. Here's Logan. Logan stops. Deals it down low to Butel. Lost the handle. And up the floor is Lampkins. Deals it over. Slam dunk by Lampkins. Wow.
Geese did a good job getting back and blocking the shot, but nobody else was there, and New Albany went to the board hard and got it.
Lampkins has 4 points here in the third quarter, 12 in the contest. And a timeout is called with 2:41 to go in the third quarter. New Albany has jumped out to a 7-point advantage over the Wildcats. We'll be back after this.
Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper is proud to be the title sponsor for the Jammin' in Jasper basketball tournament this month. Teams from all over the Midwest will come to compete. This month, get a Jammin' deal on your next vehicle at Ubelar's with tax time savings. We have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock for every budget and flexible financing options from top lenders. As always, no hidden fees. Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends for Jammin' deals since 1929.
About it a little bit here, Jason, as the Bulldogs have jumped out to, I believe, their biggest advantage of the night at 7, 45-38, after another wonderful athletic move by Chris Lampkins to give him 14 points on the night.
Our transition defense is what's hurting us. We're not, we're getting 1 or 2 guys back, but the rest of them aren't getting back, and they're getting easy shots out of it.
So the Cats have, of course, shown they battled back already at least once or twice in this ball game, and they've now down by 7 with 2.5 minutes to go almost in the third quarter. 45-38 is the score. They have the basketball. Day. Giesert in the backcourt. Back to Day on the wing. Down low to Mainers. Jalen puts a shot up and in. Mainers with his third bucket here in the third. He's got 11. 45-40 is the score. New Albany on top. TJ Washington stops, pops, and hits.
I think that was a point of emphasis at halftime, was to utilize Mainers more on the inside, because he's been posting up a lot more here in the second half.
So I believe 13 points now for Washington. I'll double check that, but it's a 47-40 score again. Bulldogs on top. They are making 4 points now as Jace Foy nails his second three-point basket. He's got 6. 47-43 with 1:35 to go. Albany kind of set something up, if anything. Here's a three-point shot. This one an air ball by TJ Washington. Bulldogs will have a couple of, looks like Knox is back in the lineup along with Jordan Treat. So Knox and Treat check back in. Jason Jones Ball Club. Jones in his second season at New Albany. 1:19 to play. Giesler brings it up. He loses the hand. The ball is knocked away, but it'll be out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats. (47-43) is the score. 1:15 to go in the third. Giesler. Foy. Dave for three. No good. Mainers coming up, almost coming to the board, but here's Giesler with it. And Braden will bring it out. 1 minute to go in the third. Mainers and Brewer battling it down low. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called on an unbelieving Chris Lampkin. Lampkins picks up his third, Jason. So
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to get this whole quarter.
and he'll have to sit with 53 seconds to go in the third. Jasper with the basketball, trailing by 4. They need a bucket here. Right now, to just kind of take a little momentum going into the fourth.
Yeah, and to get that, I think we got to go right into Mainers here because he's got a size advantage on the guy that's trying to guard him.
Day down low to Giesler. Giesler forces a shot. No good, but he'll draw the foul. That's a nice athletic move to the hole there by Gies.
Yeah, it was.
So Giesler will go to the line. Brayton has 3 points in this ball game with a deuce and a 1 for 2 from the line, so he'll have 2 shots coming here. First one drops. Gies with 4. It's quiet in here tonight.
Yeah, the band's not here, and
Giesler nails the second.
that and coming from DuBois last night when it was so loud.
I know it's quite a difference from last night where we can barely hear ourselves think up at Northeast DuBois.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you can hear a pin drop. Giesler nails both free throws, and the Cats are within 2. 47-45. 27 seconds. Washington with it on the wing. Back out to Treat. 20 seconds now. Treat holds. 13. Now moves over to Washington. Washington drives, and he'll draw the foul on the floor. And it will be on the floor. Only the second foul, I believe, for the Cats here in this quarter with 7.9 to go anyway.
Levin,
okay, thank you. Levin nailed the foul, was called for the foul. And New Albany's going to call a 30-second timeout with 7.9 to go in the quarter. They're going to burn a timeout. It's a 30-second nonetheless. So the Wildcats, with their trailing by 2. Second game, obviously, this weekend. The Cats coming into today's contest at 4-10. Next week, kind of an interesting setup with, we'll talk a little more about it later, of course, but just a heads up with the Cats on Thursday. We'll host Far Reeve here at the JHS gym, and then we'll be on the road for a Saturday afternoon matinee on Saturday with the Heritage Hills Patriots at Lincoln City. That'll be a 2:30 start. Of course, all that due to the girls' sectional come up this week. 3-point shot is no good. Brewer with the baseline jumper, and it's no good. Ball tipped up, a whistle, and a foul is going to be called with 0.6 seconds to go.
Yeah, and he's shooting too, so.
So, TJ Washington will go to the line. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game. Here in the third quarter, he had 2 free throw attempts earlier. He came up short with, but on the night, he's got 13 points. Making 14 as he does nail that first of these 2. 1 for 3 for tonight. Kai Coons will come in for a second here. So 14 points for Washington to lead all New Albany scores today. Actually, take that back. Lampkins has 14. Well, now he has the leader with 15. 0.6 of a second. Baseball pass down the floor, out of bounds, and the clock will expire to bring us to the end of the third quarter of play. New Albany 49, Jasper 45. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelar, Ubelar Toyota in Jasper. Truck lovers know the Toyota Tundra for its legendary strength and reliability. The new Tundras are long on comfort, technology, and safety too. Right now, we've got plenty of new Tundras in stock, with options for every purpose and budget. Loaded with features to help you get things done. We have flexible financing and lease options as well. Find your new Tundra today at Ubelar Toyota in Jasper, where customers send their friends for hardworking trucks since 1929.
One thing that's been interesting to see here, Jason, is the balanced scoring between these two ball clubs. Of course, Washington does lead the Bulldogs with 15. They've had 6 different players score, while the Wildcats have had 5 of their own score in this contest.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced, all around. I mean, it's not like one guy's carrying either team.
Here's an alley-oop slam jam.
Oh, my.
And oh boy, Lampkins. Wow.
I mean, he went up to the ceiling to get that, and it was like.
Ryan Schrank timed that perfectly. He and Ryan Schrank. And 12 points for Lampkins. Here's a 3 from the corner, and it is in and out, no good by Logan Day. 51-45 is our score. Bulldogs lead it by 6. 3 from the corner is good by Noah Washington. Washington has 9. And the Bulldogs have now jumped out to a 9-point lead in the early minutes of the fourth quarter. 54-45 is our score. And it is a 30-second timeout. So the Bulldogs, I don't know, are they trying to make a point now here, you think? Or
it's like they can turn it on when they want. I mean, obviously that was a play coming out of the quarter break.
Trying this.
And they said, hey, run this play. And I'd say that play works more times than not, unless you get a body on him to keep him from getting to the basket. With the way he jumps, he's going to out-jump anybody that's out on the floor most of the time. But, that was a good time out there by Coach Gable because things are starting to get a little bit out of hand. So he wanted to try to regroup his troops and tell them, what we need to do to combat this run that New Albany's on.
5-point start 5-0 run to start the fourth quarter by the Bulldogs. And they lead at 54-45.
New Albany come out after that break in a zone.
Giesler deals it out to Butel, and that three-pointer's not going to go anywhere. We can see that from here. Bulldogs down the floor quickly. Shot up and in by Noah Washington for his 13th point. Make that just 11.
I mean, they just beat us down the floor again. You can't. If you don't get the rebound, you got to be going back on defense and get down there to stop them.
Here's a three-pointer. Good by Mainers to stop that 7-0 run by the Bulldogs. Mainers has 14 to lead the Wildcats in scoring here in this ball game so far. Day has 13. They are 2 of 3 Wildcats in double figures tonight, with Butel having 10. And Foy will come into the lineup for the Wildcats. And he'll replace Jack Levin. Ryan Schrank. Ball stolen away by Foy, or Day, excuse me.
Oh.
And there's another steal again by Washington. He'll put it up and get his tip and up and in.
I don't know how he got his own rebound out of that deal.
I said Washington. It was actually Lampkins. My bad. I should know better than that. 14 points. Gieser could not get that one to fall. Lampkins will bring it up the floor. Deals it and a dunk. This time by number 33, Noah Washington. Did I overhear Jason Albrand behind us saying, you take away the dunks, we're in this? Right, Chase?
Yeah. I mean, that's a real intelligent
conversation by Jason
there.
Albrand.
Yeah.
Jason made a point. You said you take away the dunks and you be up by 6 or 7.
real good comment.
Well, all right, we need to mic him up as well. So, anyway, 60-48 is our score. The Bulldogs are starting to break this one open. We'll take a break and come back right after this on 18 WJTS.
103.3 The Fix is Southern Indiana's go-to radio station for must-have music hits.
I love your music.
From the All-American Rejects to Lizzo, we've got you covered.
Dude, I listen all the time.
Did we mention we also have local news, sports, and Pacers basketball?
Wow.
Your music fix, your sports fix, your fix for it all.
Oh my God, I won!
Tune in to 103.3 and get your fix today.
Today's must-have music all day.
Back once again here at the Jasper High School Gymnasium. The Bulldogs have exploded to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, now they're back in that 1-2-2 zone to try to, I think they're doing this to protect Lampkin a little bit on the defensive end.
They lead it. Outscored the Wildcats 11-3 here in the fourth quarter thus far with 5 minutes to go, and they lead it by 12. Here's a three-point shot, is good by Logan Day.
And that's what you'll get out of a zone. If you're patient and you pass the ball, you can beat it.
Logan Day's got 16. 60-51, and that three-point shot is no good. That's Albany, you really don't need that right now. But here's a drive to the hole, and the shot is up and no good by Noah Washington, but he'll draw the foul. Washington, he's got 9 points here in the fourth quarter now. 9 of New Albany's 13. Take that back. He's only got 11. 11 or 9 or 13. Whatever. Sometimes you try too hard, all it does is bite you.
Yeah.
Okay, Noah Washington nails the first of 2. 7 of their points there. And he nails that one as well. $15 points for Noah Washington.
We can't afford to have too many empty trips.
Kiesler down low to Mainers. Mainers holds high. Has the ball stripped away by Schrank. So New Albany, they just got a lot of weapons, don't they, Jay?
They do. Obviously having the record that they do, they have that for a reason. 11-2, and they play a pretty good schedule. So,
well, they've only played 7 players tonight, and everybody has scored at least 2. Knox and Schrank are the only ones that with that. Everybody else has at least 6. And of course, the Washingtons with 15 points apiece. 4 minutes to go. 62-51. Shot will not fall. Kiesler will have the board, and three-pointer on the way is no good by Day. Out of bounds, it'll belong to the Bulldogs. So New Albany trying to pull away even further. They lead it by 11. And a timeout is going to be called with 3:41 to go in the ball game. 62-51 is our score. We'll be back after this.
Sell your car the easy way at Ubalor Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. Simply scan this QR code to get a Kelley Blue Book instant cash offer on your vehicle. Whether your car has low miles, high miles, or has a few dings, KBB makes it easy. Just answer a few simple questions and get a cash offer on the spot. Then bring your car to your local KBB buying center, Ubalor Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, and we'll handle the rest. Trade your keys for cash today at Ubalor & Sons.
Back at the Jasper High School Gymnasium, 62-51 is our score with 3:41 to go in this contest. New Albany now in the driver's seat, I guess you could say, with an 11-point lead with 3.5, well, almost at the 3.5 mark. They have the basketball and drive it to the hole, putting it up off the glass, and in is Jordan Treat for his 8-point.
Yeah, I know. It'd be interesting to see what New Albany's scoring, who's their leading scorer, because they just have a lot of weapons to score that, have that ability.
Well, as I said, the Washingtons are tied with in the scoring honors with 15 apiece, and Noah has, 5, 7, and 9 here in the fourth quarter alone. So, well, like I said, it'd be interesting to see what their stat sheet looks like, as you said. Here's a three-point basket shot, I should say, is no good. And Butel will clear it out to Geisler, and he'll bring it up the floor. Foy. Lose the handle. Handle belonged to the Bulldogs.
Trying to force too much, trying to do stuff that we're not capable of doing. If you're going to try to come back in this, you got to stay within your system and do the things that you know how to do and do well. You can't try to start doing things that are out of the scope of things that we do.
Absolutely. So, I'm not going to say a moral victory or anything like that. But we played well tonight, no question about it.
We did.
New Albany is New Albany. They're a very high caliber team. And there's a three-point shot is good by T.J. Washington. He's got 17.
Personally, I think they're probably the best team we've played this year.
Without a doubt.
I thought at the time Wrights was pretty good, but I believe they're a little bit better than what Wrights is. They have more firepower spread out amongst their 7 guys or whatever, and they beat Wrights by 5.
5 last weekend, yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be somebody that, in the tournament, they'll if both of them would win their sectionals, they would obviously meet in the regional, but
Butel tries to find Mainers. Ball is loose, and a foul is going to be called.
How do you call a foul on that?
Really? But who are you going to call it on? And from what? Whatever. Sorry.
We'll take it.
We'll take it, yeah.
Coach Gable's
starting to clear the bench a little bit as Thomas Sager will come in for the first time tonight. Kai Kuntz is back in, as is Reese Fisher.
And New Albany's doing that too.
Albany's pulling in a few new faces here.
Mayfield, 23.
23, thank you. That is Braxton Mayfield.
Maynard's got that last foul. That was, I didn't see that one either, but I don't think it
makes any
difference. At this point, at this point it doesn't matter anymore. But
that's his 4th, incidentally, if that makes any difference. But 69-51 is our score. 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. Or 18-point, I should say. Excuse me again. Brewer, 3-point shot by Treat is no good. 1:20 to go. Thomas, Reese, Ernie, back out to Sager. 107. Sager will drive. Ball is swatted, and a foul is going to be called on Noah Washington for his second. 1:04 to go. And Lukemeyer will come in for the Wildcats. Sager misses the first of 2. Said Nate Lukemeyer comes in for Levin. Lukemeyer, a junior, spends a lot of time on the junior varsity club this year, who incidentally lost their first game of the night in overtime to New Albany. So that was their first loss of the season for Caleb Bagley's ball club. Sager nails the second of those 2 for 1 point. 69-52, we're under a minute to go. New Albany going to work the clock down, obviously, as Mayfield has it. Now to Brewer. And despite some good efforts by the Cats in the first half, Albany is going to come away with the victory tonight. 69-52 right now is the score as they will work the clock down. 20 seconds to go now. The Wildcats are going to suffer their 11th loss of the year. New Albany will pick up their 12th win of the year. 4 seconds. And that will be the ball game. The final score, New Albany 69, Jasper 52. 69-52 is the final score here at the JHS Gymnasium. So Jason was just pointing out as the clock was winding down, good first half or so for the Wildcats, obviously, hanging in here with the Bulldogs, but New Albany showing their athleticism and their talent and this everything, quickness, you name it.
Yeah.
It was on display tonight at one point or another in this ball game. Just basically a little too much for the Wildcats tonight, at least here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the score after 3 quarters, it was 49-45. So we're down 4 points going into the fourth quarter, and you're thinking, all right, we're the longer you can stay in the game, obviously, the better chance you have to win. But you got to give New Albany credit there in the fourth quarter. They came out and really played hard and utilized their athleticism and took advantage of that, and were able to pull away here in the fourth quarter. But it is what it is, and there's some positives to take out of it, and then there's also we only scored 7 points in the fourth quarter?
Six,
whatever it was.
7, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
But you can't do that when you're in a tight game. If you're in a tight game, a 4-point game, you got to be able to put the ball in the basket. And I thought we made a good adjustment at halftime. I think that was one of the things that the coaching staff did, was said, hey, let's get the ball inside to Jalen and let him work against Lampkin, because Lampkin had the 2 fouls. To Lampkin's credit, he committed, I think, his 3rd foul with 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. Had he done that 50 seconds into the third quarter, it could have made a big difference. But like I said, that's a very good and a very athletic New Albany team. And I think Coach Noble alluded to it last night in your interview with him. We've held our own against New Albany when we've played them here. And I think that just kind of goes to show you how good this New Albany team really is. Mm-hmm. There was some good New Albany teams that come in here in the past, and we were able to beat them. But tonight just wasn't one of those.
I was just going to say, look at the way we jumped out on them. We led 15-12 at the end of the first quarter. And even though they outscored us 19-14, so only a 5-point difference in the second, and we're up by 3, they held their composure and so forth, and showed that the type of club they were. By needless to say, and of course, then again, they only outscored us 18-6, but pulling away 20-7 outscored us in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the fourth quarter was indicative to the final score. Mm-hmm. But we've got to figure out what do we have to do. It goes back to what we've talked about in the past. We have to figure out what we have to do and how do you win close games down the stretch. If somebody would have told me we were only down 4 going into the fourth quarter against New Albany, I'd have said, hey, we're right here. We're right where we need to be to have a chance to win this game. Mm-hmm. And they responded the way a good team would, and we didn't. We kind of folded in the fourth quarter. Unofficially, I had us for 17 turnovers tonight. And again, a lot of those are caused by the quickness, the athleticism of New Albany, but there was still a lot of them that were errant passes. To me, quickness is a steal or is something where they take the ball away from you, not necessarily a bad pass. A bad pass isn't indicative of what was forced. It's just a lack of mental preparation and mental awareness of where the defense is, and I felt like that's where we got hurt tonight.
Right. I mean, they just say they're loaded. I mean, you can't talk about it enough. I mean, they had all but one of their players, and that was Braxton Mayfield, who was one of the late substitutions that did not score. T.J. Washington was their leading scorer tonight with 18 points. Noah Washington with 15. 14 points for Chris Lampkin with some very highlighted
ESPN Sports Center
caliber shots.
Let's just say that.
And like I said, you take like Jason Allbrand said, hey, you take away those dunks. But thanks, Mr. Obvious. But Jordan Treat had 8 points, by the way, for the Bulldogs. 6 points for Braden Brewer on a pair of 3-pointers. 4 points for Ryland Schrank. And 2 points for James Knox to round out the scoring for New Albany. Let's see, for the Wildcats, we have Jace Foy with 6 points. 5 points for Braden Giesler this evening. And 3 Wildcats in double figures. Max Butel with 10. Jalen Mainers with 14. And Logan Day on 4 3-pointers, helping him achieve the 16-point total that he had to lead the Wildcats in scoring this evening. Jasper will fall to 4-11, while the New Albany Bulldogs improved to 12-2. And we wait to see if we'll have a coach come out and join us. Most likely we will, but still wait to see who we get this evening. Go ahead, Jake.
One thing, we talked about, the New Albany's 2 losses were to Lawrence North and to Silver Creek. Silver Creek beat them 83-66. So you just wonder how good Silver Creek is. And Silver Creek, if I'm not mistaken, is a 3A team.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we would have the opportunity to advance out of our sectional, that's probably the team that...
See up in Washington or wherever.
Yeah, exactly. So, that would be... It would be great to get to that point. Don't get me wrong. But
whoever does pull out of
they're probably going to have their hands full with Silver Creek in the regional. But
and as you said, most likely you're going to see the potential battle between New Albany and Wrights in the 4A regional up at Seymour. So.
Yeah, because you got the Evansville sectional now is 4 teams.
4? Okay.
Yep. Wrights,
Central.
North. No, Central's 3A.
They dropped the 3A?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It's Wrights, Central, or Wrights. Harrison.
Central, Wrights, Harrison.
Not Central. North.
Sorry, excuse me. North, Harrison, Wrights, Castle.
Yeah.
And...
That's it. Those 4.
Those 4. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So you got a Friday and a Saturday night schedule.
So, that's going to be... in my opinion, Wright should come out of that, but Harrison wasn't anything to sneeze at either.
No. I was looking at some of the, incidentally, just looking at some of the teams we have coming up in the records right now, and Castle is one of them that we play. Let's see, in a couple of weeks. Castle is I think 6 and 8, so it'd be interesting to see how they do, but they're never a team to count out.
No. Castle's always play hard, and you never know what's going to come out of that. I think what do we got this coming week?
Okay, coming up here, of course, this week we have it's a split schedule, so to speak, with the girls sectional action taking place around the area. Jasper will host the girls sectional here at the JHS gym this week. For the boys, Wildcats' next game will be Bar Reeve on Thursday night, Jason, at 7:30, and then Saturday afternoon matinee at Heritage Hills at 2:30.
Yeah, so obviously Heritage Hills is not the same team that they were the last couple of years since Sicily has moved on to Florida to play. But going down there is always a tough task, and Bar Reeve, you don't need to say more than just the name Bar Reeve. So.
We caught them in a down year last year, I guess you could say. I mean, we beat them up there, actually. But they were struggling a little bit, but they are back to the old Bar Reeve ways. I think they only got maybe 2 or 3 losses, I think I saw.
Yeah, I think they've got a pretty good record.
So, all right, looks like we have a coach coming our way as see who we get here between John Gable or Caleb Bagley. And looks like it will be Coach Gable to join us this evening. John, thank you very much for taking the time to come up and talk with us tonight. 69-52 was the final score. Just your thoughts on tonight's ball game. Nice start for your team, so forth. But New Albany, just showing a lot of their athleticism and so forth down the stretch.
Well, we probably need to offer them some ice for their wrists because they dunked the ball, I think, about 10, 12 times tonight.
Yeah.
We were down 2 after 3 quarters.
Right.
We're right there with them, and we just gave them too many easy buckets. I think we had 16 turnovers. I think I had us for unofficially. At least 10 of those ended up being easy buckets for them, including a lot of dunks. And you're down 2 going into the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter you give up that many easy buckets. You just don't have a chance. And then we also started the second half for some reason. We decided we were going to get in track meet with them. We come out, and I think our first 3 shots were 3-pointers, and we didn't even think about getting the ball inside, which is our bread and butter. We ended up hitting one of them, but it was just if you're going to run with a team like that, it's not going to go your way, generally speaking. We just don't have the horses to be able to do that.
And they only outscored us 18-16 in that third quarter and so forth. But like you said, try to play them in their own game. You know, and so on.
And that wasn't we were going to be deliberate with the ball. We're not holding the ball. We're going to be aggressive, but we're going to work the ball inside out and make them play. Reverse the ball 2, 3, 4 times, make them play some defense and have a breakdown because they don't want to play defense very long. They want to get out in the passing lanes and they want to get steals and they want to go the other way. And we just didn't always do that tonight. And when you turn the ball over 16 times against a team that talented, you're going to have problems. And they're a 4A school, and I don't have any doubt that they're going to make a run in the 4A tournament.
No question about it.
That caliber of, and the Washington kid, the freshman kid, they're comparing. I don't know what he ended up with tonight.
He ended up with let's see. Well, he was 15 behind TJ's 18 tonight.
Yeah, it was a quiet 15 for him, but he's really. They're comparing him to Romeo Langford, and I don't know if he's that good yet. But Romeo, as a freshman, wasn't as aggressive as he should have been. And then all of a sudden, as a sophomore, he was a new man. And
I know.
So anyway, they had some talent on the floor, and I think they're going to make a good run in the tournament. And there's no shame in losing to a team that has the horses like that. But you just being in the game after 3 quarters, you just wanted to go down fighting. And that's probably my biggest complaint tonight is probably middle of the fourth quarter as they got up double digits. Our body language changed, and I think we just didn't even appear that we believed we could win anymore. And as a coach, you feel helpless when that happens.
Absolutely, but somehow whatever you got still. I mean, last night. I mean, the start of that second half. We had the first half obviously down by 10, but then when you came out inspired like they did in the second half against Du Bois.
Yeah,
but
well, it was a very last night. It was we spent a lot of gas emotionally up there because Du Bois fights us and there's something to be said for that too. When you play with that kind of energy and heart on a Friday night, and you have to turn back around and try to emulate that again on Saturday. That's just not that easy to do. And but if you're going to win a sectional, you have to be able to, because those are all 3 going to be emotional games. So you have to be able to dig down a little bit deeper and find that adrenaline. But I think that was a thing too. New Albany's not a conference game; they're not a sectional game. Ultimately, the game doesn't mean anything. It's just a chance to go up and play against somebody really good. But we're just disappointed with the way we finished.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on and talk a little about what's coming up this week. Kind of a girls sectional week, so things a little bit different. Needless to say, Thursday night, Bar Reeve here in town, while we go to a matinee game on Saturday with Heritage Hills.
Yeah, it's a different week for us, but we're excited that the girls get to host a sectional. We sure wish we would get to do that one time in our 112-year history.
Let's
or whatever.
Fight for it. Well, it hasn't. I think 52 or something before they built the Huntingburg gym.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we've. It'd be nice to host it, but that's just the way it falls. We do love the atmosphere for at Huntingburg for a sectional. So if we can't be here, we'd rather be there.
Absolutely.
So we are excited about that, but we are also excited for the girls and their chance to host the sectional. And we're going to be here on every step of the way, supporting them. And so we do have a long week. We have, we'll be at practice in Cabby primarily because of the girls hosting, but we do have a home game on Thursday night versus Bar Reeve, and we've been fortunate enough to beat them the last 2 years, and we'd like to make it 3, but they're always very disciplined, very well schooled, very well coached. They have a great basketball program, so that's always a challenge for us, so we're looking forward to that. And then we have to go to Heritage Hills for an afternoon game on Saturday. I think it's a
2:30 start.
2:30 start, and that's always an interesting dynamic, but we're looking forward to that too. And Heritage Hills is having a nice year. I think they just beat Mater Dei by 30-plus points, and so they're doing really, really well.
Right.
Even though Sicily moved on.
Well, Jason was saying Sicily's down in Florida, so made a trade. Obviously, a little bit trajectory of that team, but still, down at Heritage Hills, the interesting ball game.
And then after that Heritage Hills game, we do have our senior dinner that we have at the KFC every year, where we just have a meal with our booster club and our parents and anybody that all supporters. And by the way, you're invited, Carey. Come on over.
Thank you.
But then hopefully we're coming back after that dinner. We're going to hustle back to the high school to watch the girls cut down nets. So.
Absolutely, that's good. That's a great idea. So, John, thank you very much for taking the time to come up and see us this evening. Best of luck for you this week. I said with with Bar Reeve on Thursday and Heritage Hills on Saturday. Of course, Bar Reeve starting at 7:30 local time here at the JHS Gym on Thursday night. We'll have that for you at 8 o'clock Friday night on 18 WJTS. For Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos and Coach John Gable, I'm Carey Schneider saying goodnight from the Jasper High School Gymnasium. Once again, the final score, Jasper falls to the New Albany Bulldogs by the score of 69-52. So long, everybody.